program.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
good to have you here. And I actually want to start by asking you, given that you have spent your life in showbiz, in modeling, in film, you know, on stage, this hurricane of revelations of sexual abuse, especially against young women coming up through the system. Can you identify with what's going on now?
I totally identify with it because it happened to me when I was going to get my first big part, and it was a small part, but for me it was a big part. And I already had the part. I remember Ossie Davis was his first film he was directing, and the producer came and said to meet him at his place because that was not the last word. Ossie didn't have the last word. I had to bring my portfolio to him, and when I got to his house, and I don't remember his name, thank God, and he poured some champagne. He was in his bathrobe, and of course, you know, took me to a room, which of course I didn't know his house, and it was his bedroom. So with the champagne, even then, at that young age I splashed it in his face. I threw it in his face and walked out the door.
And they never messed with Grace Jones again?
I got flowers the next day.
From the same guy?
Same guy.
So is it a power thing or a sex thing? What is it?
It is a power thing. It is a power thing. Because this person obviously can't get it in the normal route. Or he has no patience. I don't know. Or he feels he doesn't have to.
Or he's got control over a young girl's future.
And that feeling of, I have the last word, that's what really upset me. I knew I had the role through Ossie. But to say to me, no, I have the last word, is what he said. And you don't get it unless you go through me.
And you, through the champagne, you got the flowers. What about other young girls who you've come across? Do they obviously, not many of them have the same set of cojones or temperament as you.
Boy, all I can say, it's a really difficult call, because when you're in that position, you're so vulnerable. You're so nervous. You want this break so badly because you've been banging away at the pavement, probably some longer than others. And you finally think, I've made it to the big time. This is my way. The door is open. And now you have a monster to confront.
How much fun was it when you were in the height of your singer, disco, you know, that you owned the stage and you owned that world at that time?
Well, I took a lot of chances. I just did what I felt like doing. I went against, if someone said to me, go right, I went left, because left felt better for me. Going right felt better for them. So a lot of times you're told to go in a certain direction, and that direction, and you're looking up to these people because, you know, they're advising you, for example, but a lot of times they have their own agendas. And you
beautiful picture we're watching there.
Follow your own. I just followed my own, because at the end of the day, I'm the only one I can have regret with.
In your memoir, you basically describe racism that you encountered as a young model. And you confronted, you had a heated row with the late John Casablancas, who obviously was the founder of the elite modeling agency. What was the row, and has the situation been resolved?
I knew there were certain programs that were in place that I was supposed to go in 3 days, in a week, you know, and have certain appointments. And there were none. There were just none. And after 3 days, I knew something was wrong. So I just confronted him. I said, I know I'm supposed to have appointments. What is happening?
You mean shoots and things?
Even just what they call go-sees. Just even letting the photographer see you and let him make up his or her mind. And I never even got those appointments. So I knew something was wrong. So I just walked in. Tonk, 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 bom, bom. And I leaned over the desk and I said, I have no appointments. What is going on? And I actually forced him to tell me. And basically, Beverly Johnson then was a huge model in America. And she was with Johnny Casablanca at the time.
Model.
Yes, yes. And he said to me, trying to sell a black model in Paris is like trying to sell an old car nobody wants to buy. I'll never forget his exact words, quote, unquote. He said, not even Beverly Johnson can work in this town. I did go to Paris, and I did go with an agency that absolutely formed an agency with Jerry Hall, myself, Esty Mayo, and one other girl who I can't remember her name. And we started an agency just with the four of us. And they loved us, and they sent us everywhere. Helmut Newton, you know, Hans Führer, everybody got really excited, Chris von Wagenheim, and then it took off like that.
And how long did it take you to get over the abuse that you suffered in your own family? You say, you were crushed, your childhood was crushed with the Bible.
It was just beatings and overzealous. I'm still not sure if it was over-religious zealousy or was it sadistic. There is, where do you draw the line of being overzealous, or are you just sadistic? I pretend I'm overzealous in reading the Bible. That makes this one okay. Spoil the rod, spoil the child is what we were told, you know, every day.
What gives Grace Jones joy as you embark now into your 7th decade?
Not yet.
No.
Still, a bit yet to go. But a family. I find, you know, my mom just passed, and we were best girlfriends. She was really my inspiration.
And now you are not just a mother, but a grandmother.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
So she's here. I had to bring her here. But she you know, she's not far. And it's wonderful. And in the film, there is a part where she's being born in the film. And I'm there for her birth. And I just happened to be in Paris for her birth, doing something else. And she came, and I ran to the hospital. And I said, I'm not leaving until she opens her eyes. And this amazing, magical moment in the movie where she actually opens her eyes. All the audience are going, woo, wow, amazing, amazing.
Well, that's a lovely, life-affirming note to end on. Grace Jones, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Christian. I love you.